What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Sorry I don't upload videos as often as I should. I kind of get into that mode of wanting to retreat. Sometimes, I'm working on my own stuff. I'm building an online course for my book. And just for the things that I do in my own personal life, it's kind of easier sometimes to just focus on that and not necessarily be focusing on, making YouTube videos. I try to help you guys as much as I can and teach you guys the things that I'm learning, but I really don't have all of the skills or all of the necessary tools anyway to be, incredibly successful at this. I'm still learning just like you guys are. So you shouldn't be taking anything I'm saying and trying to trade from it, but you also should be listening if you really are interested in learning, because I've been in the process of learning for a long time, and this is a kind of business that you don't learn overnight. You need time to develop and to understand. Even if you can read charts, even if you understand technical analysis, even if you understand how to read financial statements and how, like, looking at companies, all of these things don't really matter. What matters is time and experience in reading active charts as they're moving and as they're doing, and learning in the moment what the opportunities are and where you should be putting your risk tolerance, right? So anyway, all of that said, I'm sorry I don't make a ton of videos. I will try to make more as I go forward if I keep trading. I have not been trading a ton, so when I don't trade, I don't like to make videos and talk about things. I talk about crypto a little bit. I might make another video about crypto in the next couple days just to give you guys an update of where I think crypto is going. I thought we were going to have another downward move with the market, which I still think we're going to get. I still think this market probably breaks 400, goes back down to 360, 350, maybe you bottom at 330 sometime this year, and then we'll have another rally and hopefully, but you never know, maybe. But the thing is that's what everybody thinks, so maybe the market will just go up. It will just be like, screw it, everybody thinks it's going to go down, so we're just going to go back to the highs and we'll make new highs, and then we won't have that extra extended bear market that everybody thinks we were going to have, or that little recession push to the downside that everybody expects, because people expect it, so they don't do it, right? So that all those people that are getting short, now at 405 end up getting completely their face ripped off when it rips to 415, 420. So that's why you got to just trade what you can trade. Don't try to, predict what's going to happen in the future in an hour and 2 weeks. It's fine if that's the way you do and that's the way you work technical analysis. But if you're just looking to day trade, you need to be able to just look at charts, patterns in the moment, be able to read them, look and understand at that moment what's happening, right? Sorry if I'm making this too long, explaining some shit that you guys probably don't need to know, but just so you guys know, that's my kind of update as to where I'm going. If I do continue to trade, I will continue to make videos and update you guys and explain to you guys why I'm doing the things I'm doing. And if not, then you might not see me, but I try to update you guys as much as I can. And it's not like I make any money on this channel or anything, so I don't look at it as like a business. I look at it like a hobby and something that I like to do. It gives me great happiness to be able to talk to you guys and to help people. But at the same time, if I don't have the time and the energy to do it, then it's not like I'm like, oh, I gotta make videos, because it really doesn't. It's not like that for me. So that's all I wanted to do, is just let you guys know that. Sorry that it took a little bit there. I just like to give you guys an update as to where my head's at. Anyway, so this trade here today was a SPY trade. I was looking at it, kind of wondering, if I could find a trade, and I was able to find a really nice trade here. It was actually like a really nice setup, and these are the setups that I really like to take advantage of when I see them. So it was a reversal. So you had a head and shoulders pattern that happened up in here after this initial morning, so it looked like we were going to have like a nice move upward. You had this kind of a lot of green volume on the tape, but there was a lot of red volume too, right? Like the green was not necessarily insanely more than the red, so they were kind of fighting right out of the gates, but definitely the bulls were able to pull it up. And then you had this little shoulder here, almost broke down, but then you had this rip up, and in this move it formed a head. So you can see the shoulders here. Here's the neckline, right at this level here, this 404.30. And so I kind of noticed that, and I said, okay, well, if this kind of base is out or tops out here at 405, and then we have this rejection back down, I'm going to look to short it below this candle, below this neckline, right? So if it can get below this 404 and then hold below with this neckline, and then you see this move over here where you have this kind of initial resistance, right here at 403.75, 403.80. That's where I was kind of looking to get short, right? So in this move at 1033, when you had this kind of rejection down and then you had this little bit of consolidation upwards, right? I was looking to get short, and I got short right on this candle here, right when it started to test into this channel and into the small moving average, the SMA as it's coming down, the 20 SMA. I'm looking to get short to continue this trend, right? Because you see that the red volume starts to take over. Like I was saying about this head and shoulders did not hold. It rejected, and as soon as it rejected, right, as soon as this head and shoulders rejected and actually fully rejected, this bottom of this channel started to be your resistance. So that 403.75, like I was saying here, it was resistance too. So it started to be resistance here, and that's where I wanted to get in. So that's where I punched my ticket, bought the options at 144, and then just rode them all the way up, right? Like I took my first profit here at 184, you know, knowing that it was probably going to break that. But as you see, like this was the low of the open candle, was this where I took my first profit. So I was not sure it was going to, you know, not just reverse there, but I was hoping, you know, using the mid channel, the SMA as my kind of final outs, I'm looking to hold the second half of my position because I have 2 contracts. Usually I'm buying 2 contracts when I take options trades. So I'm looking to hold that second part of the contract all the way up, you know, as far as I can. Obviously you saw it hit 249, almost 250, which was a really nice move, rip up. I kind of got out of it at 220 because, you know, I had been in it since 144. So I was up almost, you know, well, it would have been up $1 a share if I would have just held for another couple candles. But it really was starting to look like there were buyers coming in. It really was looking weak, and I didn't want to have this reversal. You could see like it went all the way from 250 all the way down to 184, right? So where I took this profit, I would have basically lost all of this profit if I would have just held to there. Now I would have been able to have a second chance to get it out at 225, 230 maybe if I was really lucky. But you can see how you really need to take your profits quick when you see it's starting to test areas of resistance, support. You know, that 402.50 was a big area that I was scared that it was going to hold and then not want to push back through, right? So that's why I ended up taking my second profit there. It was a nice trade. Like I said, over $100 on that trade. It wasn't bad. And then I went and made a stupid move on GNS, where I tried to catch like a bigger move, thinking it was going to rip higher, and I just got stopped out almost immediately. So it looked like it was going to break over this channel here, up over the 670s, and start to base out and rip higher. Hopefully rip the top off. You can see it kind of came up and double topped. I just got out immediately when it ripped down. 650 was kind of my stop, and it looked like it was going to break it. It did quickly and came back up, but then obviously it ripped all the way down to 613. So I didn't want to be holding because it was a, you know, in it was going to work or it was going to fail. So it failed, and so I got out. And that was my trading for today. So, you know, the SPY is where I've been making a lot of the money. It's also where I've been losing the money because when you're trading options, there's a lot more risk in what you're doing. So that's why you want to be careful and try to, like, you know, obviously take your profits when you have them, but also be willing to hold. So that's why I was like, you know, I'm going to take profits here and then I'm going to hold the second contract to see if we can get a bigger move up, maybe $1 a share, right? So it'd be $100 just on that one contract instead of being like 70 on or 65 on that one contract and 35 or 40 on this one, right? It is what it is. But anyway, that's my trading for today. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will try to make some more videos soon. So hopefully you guys come back and learn some trading. Bye bye.